guys, it's Kelly. I am back with another process video, and today I am making my first layout for the Stuck Sketches design team, and I just had the sketch up there so you could see it. I am going to stay pretty close to the sketch. I did decide to turn my photos though vertical. So when I'm looking at a sketch trying to figure out my take on it. And if I change the orientation of the photos, one of the easiest things to do is just change the orientation of the sketch. So in this case, instead of having the banner strips go horizontal, I could have done them vertical and had the parts of the flag part of the banner be below the photo. But I didn't want to do that with this. So what I'm going to do to help make my photo a little bit wider is I'm going to add some paper layers behind the photos. So it's one of the neat things about sketches is you can do a lot of things to make it your own and to make it work with the photos that you have that you want to scrapbook. So these photos are of my daughter and one of her best friends, unfortunately, who's no longer on her travel softball team. But I was able to get these sweet, sweet photos, and they have been on my desk for a while. If you have been watching any of my videos for a while, you know that maybe a couple of weeks ago I had a layout using the same kit, the Felicity Jane Maggie kit. And I discovered by a happy accident that the colors were really good for some of these softball photos that I've had. They are challenging, and now that I know that I can use it and I like the way that it turns out, I will probably kill this kit with nothing else but her softball photos. So the kit contained these vellum scallop borders, and I decided to use that to layer underneath the banners, and going to do that for both. The sketch does show a tag behind the photo, and I pulled this tag out from my stash. It's by American Crafts, and I love the text print on the back. I find that it works well, or these tags work well with the Felicity Jane kits just because there's a lot of white and black in these kits. And so it's one of the things that I keep in the back of my mind when I am working with her kits is if I want a tag is to pull one of these out. So the sketch also has some circular elements behind the two photo clusters, and I debated on doing some messy stitching behind the photos, but I decided that I wanted to use my tried and true doilies, and I went with a less delicate type of doily, if that makes sense. I have some that are like this, and then I have some of the Cambridge lace, which are a little bit more fine and intricate. So I felt like for this layout that the however to say, the less delicate of the two doilies would work better. So this white and black polka dot strip is a branding strip that I had previously cut from one of the Felicity Jane papers, and just thought that it would be perfect behind or to use in the photo clusters and with the banners. Oh my goodness. I am so sorry about that. When you have two cats, sometimes they don't get along very well, and my boy cat encroached a little bit too close to my girl cat, so sorry about that. So back to the layout. With the doilies, I decided that instead of having them be like directly centered behind the photos, that I wanted them off center a little bit, just to add a little bit of my touch, a little bit of difference to the sketch. That's one of the beautiful things about working with sketches. You can do little things to make it your own. So I pulled out this flare, and that came in the kit, and it says darling, and I just thought that was perfect with these photos because it just unposed photos, showing friends. It's just, there's nothing more perfect, I think. So my original title was going to be so original, and it was going to be Friends. But I had to walk away and do a couple of things. So when I came back, I was brainstorming and figured out a different title. But before I get back to that, I am taking the Lindy Stamp Gang, and I can't quite read that. I'm hoping it says Orange Dreamsicle. So what I wanted was to have little drops of mist connect the two photo clusters. And in my thinking, I did not want to do black because I felt like the black in their uniforms was already dark enough. And I just didn't want to add any more dark colors to this. So I went with that soft peach, and I did mop it up a little bit with my paper towel just because I wanted it to be light. And the close-ups, you can see it a little bit better, but in person it is truly perfect. It unifies the page. It has that diagonal feel to it, but it's not overwhelming. So any paper that I love, I'm going to try to use the least amount that I can. So that is what I am doing with this. I'm trying to save the branding strip, and then I'm going to cut out the part of the paper that I don't need behind the trimmed down white cardstock. So just my ways of ensuring that I have enough, or I have the most paper that I can get out of the kit. So back to my title, I decided that Besties would be a cute version of it, just something a little bit different. I probably have, a handful of layouts that have friends in the title. And I decided on keeping pretty true to the sketch with the title being up top. Hold on a second. Is that the way? No, the title was down the bottom. So I decided to move the title up top. And the reason was because I could ground it underneath the bench, and I liked the way that it was able to combine the photo with the title and the doily. For me, I find that when I can overlap several things with, one unifier thing, whether it be the embellishment or the title or the photo, or, you get what I'm trying to say. It just makes it more cohesive, and I really liked that. And I think this also works because it's not a dark title. I feel like if it were maybe black, that it would have weighed it down a little bit more, and I would have been feeling more the need of putting it down below the bottom right hand photo. I don't know if that makes sense. That's just kind of the way my brain works. So I did go and pull out some black and white twine from my stash, because every little tag, whether it be a rubber one or a real one, needs to have a little bit of twine. And just love that little bit of a detail that it gives. You just never can go wrong with black and white. And the final thing that I am going to do is use one of the stamps that came with the kit. I have used this before, but I just love it, and it says, "Can't even handle the cuteness." And I'm going to stamp that right below the bow. So that's it for me today. I do have some close-ups at the end. Thanks so much for joining me, and I hope you guys have a great day. I will see you soon. Take care. Bye.